Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's It Like, the show where we ask one big question and some more after that.
Yeah.
Today I have Daniel with me. Want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Daniel.
He is Daniel, and today we're talking about tattoos. For today's big question, I'll be asking Daniel, what's it like getting tattoos, Daniel?
It's really, really painful.
Yeah?
Yep, it hurts.
We'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so for our background question, how many tattoos do you have and what kind of tattoos are they?
So I have 13 tattoos and they're all traditional style.
Wow, 13?
Yeah, that's a lot.
What do you mean like traditional style?
So, well, here's my tattoos. I have an arm full of them. A lot of them are in black ink, just because I don't really like color on my skin. I do have a tattoo with color, but I don't think it's flattering.
Okay, for sure. When did you get your first tattoo and what was it?
I actually got my first tattoo in 2014. That was when I just turned 18 and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I basically told my cousins that came from Australia at the time. I was like, hey, bet I'm gonna get a tattoo today.
Yeah?
Yeah. Then I was like, okay.
So like what inspired you to get a tattoo?
I've always wanted tattoos, so a lot of people in my family have tattoos, and I always thought it was cool. And I hold a lot of memories in my tattoos, so when I get to describe them, basically from like my first tattoo, I got some TMs, technical mechanics from Pokemon. Pokemon tattoos. Got them right here under my boob.
Oh.
I got them right here under my boob.
Yeah.
It's TM18, which is Rain Dance, and it's symbolic to when my cousins came from Australia. We share the name Ulandai, so my middle name is Ulandai for my mom. Their last name is Ulandai, which you translate in Tagalog, which means rainy day. Okay. And then TM18 is like Rain Dance, so it just reminds me of the time they were here.
Gotcha.
It's probably like the funnest time because they're like actual people my age. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting because, you know, in Filipino culture, getting tattoos is kind of frowned upon. Well, in Asian culture?
Yeah, more or less. Like, for example, in Japan, a lot of people don't have tattoos there because it's representative of the Yakuza, which is their like mafia there and stuff. So, yeah, a lot of tattoos tend to be gang related, especially where I'm from in the east side in San Jose. They have programs to like just remove your tattoos just for, you know, like work and stuff like that. But I think as we're transitioning to a more modern time, like tattoos are becoming more mainstream.
For sure.
Yeah, because I work in local government and they could care less that I have tattoos.
That's cool. That's cool. So, your parents, like, they were totally cool with you getting them, or?
Not really. No, I hid my tattoos. Well, my first tattoos were like really hitting. They're like all over like my ribs and like. My
so they wouldn't even know if you.
Yeah, they wouldn't even know. Okay. It's really funny. When my mom found out I had a tattoo, she was I was driving and I was trying to take off my sweater.
What a way to find out. I thought, you know, like maybe swimming, but just like randomly taking off your sweater.
It was really hot in the car, so I was like just like trying to take off my hoodie. And then my shirt came up and my mom saw my tattoo, her eyes like widen and she's like, Tiki Tiki. I'm like, what the heck is Tiki Tiki? She's like, you got tattoos? And I'm like, yeah. And
she pretty pissed?
Yeah, she was pretty mad. She was pretty surprised, but yeah, overall, they don't really care anymore.
They're over it?
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, they get stressed out each time I get a new one.
Okay.
But they don't say anything because they're cool parents.
That's good. At least they're accepting. What's your favorite tattoo and why?
That's so hard because I love all my tattoos. I think my favorite one is one of my most recent ones. I went to Australia recently.
That tattoo is so sick, actually.
But it's hard for me to describe it because I don't want to ruin the movie for people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's this tattoo right here. So spoiler alert.
I'll try and throw some B-roll in here so we can get a closer look, but go ahead and describe it.
So this is Lady Eboshi from the movie Princess Mononoke. It's a Studio Ghibli film, and it's a film about like life and death and love and stuff like that. So
the detail on it is like
it's
so crazy, honestly. How long did that take?
took like almost the whole day. One of my best friends actually got a tattoo with me, from the same person.
Shout out Dom.
Yeah, shout out Dom. She got a back tattoo, and
Ooh.
that's even more painful.
Okay. Speaking of pain, how much do tattoos hurt when you get them?
Well, I have a pretty high pain tolerance.
Pain tolerance?
Yeah, I have a pretty high pain tolerance. So, I wanted to get my first tattoo on probably the most painful spot, which is anything near bone. So I got most of my tattoos on my ribs.
You wanted to do the most painful stuff first?
Yeah, so these ones on my arm, these were like a breeze. Some
Okay.
of them I was like totally like ignoring when I was getting them. Like it didn't feel that much pain.
So pretty much anywhere around bone is where it hurts the most.
Yeah, and people say a lot like around here hurts, in the inner
That's
arm.
what I've heard too.
But
For you, it didn't?
it didn't really hurt. It just depends per person how your pain tolerance is.
I see.
Yeah, but it is painful, but it is also therapeutic because it's really beautiful, like knowing that you're having this piece of art on your body forever, and you have to struggle through that.
It's almost like the price that you're paying.
Yeah, it's like the price you're paying.
I see.
Yeah.
Speaking of the price, how much do tattoos usually cost?
Okay, so it depends what kind of shop you go to, what kind of artist. My first tattoos were at like this biker tattoo shop. So tattoos range from like $40 to $100, not including tip. It's always good to tip your tattoo artist because the work that they do is really important.
How much do you usually tip?
Just like a restaurant, like 30%.
Okay.
30, yeah, 20, depends like how cool they are and stuff. But yeah, my most expensive tattoo is probably like $800.
Wow. Which one was that?
It was the one on my ribs right here.
Is it like pretty big?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I'll usually show some B-roll of it.
Okay, yeah.
But,
we'll get some B-roll.
Yeah, that one hurt a lot too.
I bet.
Yeah, this tattoo right here, I got it when I went to Florida to visit my friend, and
Uh-huh.
it was in his one of his homies' living rooms.
Oh, in his living room?
Yeah, in his living room.
And he's like a professional tattoo
Yeah,
artist?
he's professional, and it was clean. But it's funny because his daughter would come out, and she was like 3 years old, and she would like come and like make a face at me, and I'm like, I'm in pain, girl. Stop messing around.
When you get your tattoos, do you like to get them when you go to like significant locations? Like I'm noticing a kind of trend
Yeah.
with yours.
Yeah, I love getting my tattoos in new spots. I usually do get them when I go traveling, and I love to travel. I've gotten my tattoos in, like I said, Florida, Australia, New Orleans, Louisiana.
That's cool.
Where else? Portland. Yeah, mostly local. Seattle. Yeah, I haven't. The Australia one is probably my furthest.
And I'm assuming you do like a lot of research before you just go into any shop.
Yeah, I mean, I look on Instagram.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot to do
That's
it, honestly.
that's the research I do,
Yeah.
and I usually look at just traditional like artists and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So black ink and stuff.
Cool. Are you the type of person that gets tattoos for like the look, or ones that hold like significance to you, like a story behind each one?
I mean, kind of both. So a lot of my I got 13 tattoos because a lot of them are from Friday the 13th. So I pick those tattoos the day of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that looks good.
Because they're cheaper on Friday the 13th.
Yes, so it's tradition on Friday the 13th for a lot of tattoo artists to give their tattoos for only $13 for good luck. And then a lot of those tattoos are like around Friday the 13th, so like a Jason mask or like a black cat or the number 13 itself. Yeah, like each of my tattoos hold a very significant story to them, like how I got them and why I got them and stuff like that. My most notable tattoo that a lot of people point out is this ramen bowl. And I got this because I lost a bet.
You lost a bet.
Yeah.
So why'd you get the ramen bowl then?
Because that was the first time I made a bet with one of my friends. Shout out Julian. If he won this competition, I would have got a tattoo for him. So
Okay.
he won the competition, and so the first time we met, we got bowls of ramen together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
What would you say is one of your like favorite stories behind one of your tattoos?
Favorite story tattoos.
Or maybe one that just comes to mind first.
Well, one of my first tattoos is the one on my arm right here. I don't know if you can see that. It says "Life is a beautiful struggle," and it's my friend, one of my best friends in high school, actually drew the script for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's just a phrase that I really live by. And then above it is this geometric kind of like art style that I made. It's two daggers in a helmet.
So you actually drew those?
Yeah, I drew these, and then I just told the artist to recreate it and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. So for that tattoo, It's actually the back of a coin when Julius Caesar was assassinated. Yeah, and so if you know the story about Julius Caesar, he was assassinated on the Ides of March, which is my birthday, March 15. And so the two daggers represent his like assassination because he was.
Oh yeah, he was stabbed multiple times.
Brutus, backstab. And then the helmet, it's actually a bronze helmet that you would give to a slave to set them free back in Rome. And so it symbolizes, ever since I was born, I've been free. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. I like it. Lastly, do you have any advice for any people who may be looking to get their first tattoo or any tattoo in general?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to go with it because you'll start getting addicted. Like, once you get one tattoo, you want to crave for more.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Like, I know our friend Mikey, shout out Mikey, like, he got one and he's like, I saw a post where he's like, man, that was crazy. And, like, now he's getting, like, a bunch.
It's an experience you only go through, like, once.
Like a handful of times.
A handful of times. Some advice that I would give someone, like, who wants a tattoo is, like, you have to be really committed for it. You have to know, like, what you want and what you want to get and stuff like that. And if you have doubts, I say just do it. Just get it. Like, it's going to be on your body forever, but if you truly want a tattoo, then it's gonna happen.
Gotcha. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this one. Do you have any social media that you want to plug? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DinomanDaniel. That's me.
All right. Links will be in the description as always. And thank you, Daniel, for being here on the show for this episode.
Yeah, it's dope.
Let's send it over to the transition. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching another episode of What's It Like. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. And if you have any ideas for any topics that you'd like to hear talked about, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Alright, until next time.